Good morning, everyone. It is 2:30 in the morning, and I can't sleep because of the prednisone. So I thought I would start video 2. Well, in video 1, I stated that we would talk about some of the connections. There are many connections with the lupus and the DM, and it's in your muscles, it's in your organs. It's kind of like when you have the flu or a cold, your body has the cells to fight the cold and the flu bug and literally vanquish it from your body. Well, the same thing is happening in a sense with the dermatomyositis and the lupus, where it's looking at my muscles and certain organs as being a virus or a bacteria which it needs to fight. So it's basically my body is attacking the healthy skin tissue, the organs, the muscles in my body because it thinks it's a foreign antibody. And the lupus and the DM work a lot in the same way. With a skin rash, I don't know if you can see this, all here and all around here is I have a rash. It's red, it peels, it can be really sore. They give you topical steroids for them. I have been blessed not to get the brightness papules, and I'm very, very happy with the way some things are, in fact, going. I also wanted to talk about, in the last video, I talked about blood tests. Well, when I was first diagnosed, before they actually knew what was going on, they tested me for a lot of things under the sun. HIV, cancers, different tests, different diseases. They thought I may have had thyroid, all types of things. All those tests came back negative. Thank you, Father in heaven. And they still are negative. I'm tested every 2 to 3 months for kidney enzymes, liver enzymes, HIV, my CPK and CK count, which are very crucial in this war on the DM and the lupus, because your CK counts sometimes go up as high as 15, 30, 40,000. I know before I was diagnosed, and they had took a CPK count from me, they thought I was having a heart attack because it was like 40,000. But they can get really, really high. And the higher they get, the more at risk you are of perishing. Because if it goes on continually, it'll eventually attack your lungs, attack your heart, and that's muscle breakdown, tissue breakdown. And you need your heart in order to live. And when I was speaking about the HIV, some things I noticed on the boards, the support group boards, are that when some people talk to people and tell them, well, they in fact have an autoimmune disease, first thing that comes out of their mouth is, you have HIV, or they automatically assume that you have HIV, and you don't. Excuse me. And I'd like to address that just for a quick minute. Assumptions are not good when you're dealing with people with autoimmune disease. We already have a lot against us that we're dealing with and coping with. You don't want to hear a lot of negative things You need people to lift you up and not to break you down. So if you can, please say something positive, uplifting. If it's just an ear to listen to because you want to gripe, then just let them gripe and move on. I mean, it's a lot when you have to deal with these diseases. You're in a lot of pain. You're going through a lot of mental things. It's a lot, plus your everyday life. What's going on within your household, your family. And I find that really inconsiderate people say really dumb things sometimes. But in my case, I've learned to overlook a lot because I look at it like this, that people don't understand because they haven't walked in my shoes. I was very active, very vibrant. I was a card, I'll tell you that. Back to my notes though, and that's another thing. One thing that is really good to do is to keep journals. And if you keep a lot of journals, you can write down what your body is going through, how the meds are affecting you, what your mental state is at the time, a lot of different things. Here's one of my journals here. I don't know if you can see that, but that's a mother's legacy. I have a lot of journals. I keep journals everywhere, like 2 or 3 on my bed. I have them all around my house. I get on my kids' nerves with my journals. Here's another journal of mine. I don't know if you can see that. That's my Bless My Heart, a mother's journal. That's basically to my kids. I keep letters to my children. And I want to show you just a few pictures of how I was to where I am now. This is me as a girl. These are my kids when they were little. They're going to kill me for doing this. That's them. And here's some more of my kids at my daughter's graduation. In that photo, I had in fact started treatment of prednisone. I was on 60 milligrams at that point, and I had started blowing up really big. That was a couple of years ago. And this is me when I was in remission. I had started losing weight. I don't know if you can see that. See it? And more of my girls. Very proud mom here. And at that point, I had blown up to I think it was like over 300 pounds on the steroids. Now, here is one where when I was first diagnosed, if you look at the arms and everything, I was small. But this is me at my son's. He was graduating. He was graduating. And here is one of me and my sister when we were little. I don't know if you can see that. We were in Mexico. And here's another one from when I was little with the boy next door and my sister. That's me in the middle. And of course, here's another one. When I was just a kid. That's my sister, my neighbor, and me. I gained a lot of weight on the steroids. what I'd like to say is, with your medications, you must journal and document everything, because the medications all have different side effects, and it's best to know which one is affecting your body in what way. A lot of the time, some of them will affect your blood pressure, some your blood sugar, some will give you headaches. You really have to read the inserts that they give you. It's best to do that because then you know what you're in store for. Me, personally, as soon as I question everything that I get, number one, because I need to know what I'm putting in my body. You only get one, and it's being stretched and pulled as it is. So right now, I started a new regimen of medication. Of course, I'm on the maximum dose of steroids and the azathioprine and methotrexate max doses. Working on getting the glyburide down, because it'll come down once I'm off of the prednisone, or the prednisone is brought down to at least 20 milligrams per day. But right now, it's like 80 milligrams per day until I have the MRI done, and that will be in a couple of weeks. There's other things that I'd like to address. I'm sorry this is so boring right now, but like I said, it's 2:30 in the morning, and I just decided to get up and tell you how I'm feeling, and just to get back and forth with some communication there. I'll start it in the next video. Thanks anyway, video 2, signing off. Have a good day.